The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. This one made us laugh from Newsweek. Meghan Markle is probably a sociopath, Samantha Markle's lawyer says. We clicked. Per Newsweek, Samantha Markle's lawyer said Meghan Markle ran a calculated psyop to land a prince and that she is most probably a sociopath, in comments that are likely to offend the Sussex camp. I'm not certain as to her exact diagnosis, Tickton told Newsweek. I don't know for sure whether she is a psychopath, a sociopath, or has a borderline personality disorder with narcissistic tendencies. I just believe she's one of these, most probably a sociopath. We'll let the experts rule on that one. Tickton said, "We all loved Meghan when she started to date Harry. In time, though, we learned that Meghan was not exactly what we thought she was. To many, the bloom came off the rose with a thud. Here you have a person who should have been on top of the world, and instead she sowed seeds of destruction and harm onto her father, the royal family, and her wheelchair-bound sister," he continued. "It is an unfortunate situation when a person is at odds with her own family. Here you have Meghan at odds with the families on both sides. This wasn't love on first date, it was a calculated psyop to land a prince." Tickton also took a shot about the story, which was a young Meghan writing Procter & Gamble asking to change the language on an advert for dishwasher soap Ivory Clear, which said, "Women are fighting greasy pots and pans with Ivory Clear." He said, "This is a person who participated in a class project and on her father's recommendation wrote a letter to a soap manufacturer and to this day professes that she had a significant impact because the soap company neutralized its language in the ad. No one wrote to her thanking her and attributed the change to her, yet she assumed she caused it, and this is her one claim of accomplishment. The unnecessary lies about all she blames and the harm she committed is the basis of my opinion. I will stick to the term." Body language expert Judy James analysed Meghan's recent shopping outfit. James told the Mirror, "Meghan shops as though she's still taking part in a Netflix series. This is idealised A-list shopping complete with shoulder sack, designer shades and a bodyguard, sniffing orchids and tasting honey, rather than pushing a trolley full of baked beans and fish fingers around the aisles of a Lidl. The bag looks like a form of barrier or attempt to hide here, but her famously beautiful face is only partly hidden by the shades, and unlike Harry, she hasn't gone down the baseball cap route to try to be anonymous. She also seems to acknowledge the camera with a smile rather than ducking out of sight." Some have accused Meghan of tipping off the paparazzi. Jill Ishkanian, who took the flower market photos, told Newsweek, "She absolutely does not. No one calls me, trust me. I have absolutely no support. I do everything by myself. It's a total pain in the butt when you get their picture, to be totally honest." She was actually trying to get photos of Katy Perry. Jill said, "I saw a pink and white striped golf cart with Katy Perry's dad holding flowers, standing next to it, talking to someone. I said, 'Oh my God, it's my chance to get Katy Perry's dad.' So I flipped the car around. I was trying to cross to go back into a parking area, and this big guy in a blue shirt was in front of my car, and then he backed away. Then he flipped his hand and said, 'Go ahead.' This was Meghan's bodyguard that I was talking to. I come up and I see Katy Perry's dad, and I look there, and there's a woman who looks like Meghan Markle standing next to him. I start taking pictures, and here comes the blue shirt, big guy, and I realize that's her bodyguard, and absolutely that's her. On the first pictures I took of her, she smiled at me, and she thought she's a woman. Everyone talks about equal rights, and I'll tell you what, I have even more power as a woman than male paparazzi because they don't think I'm anything. So I picked up my iPhone. I knew if I picked up a big camera, she's trouble." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Hey, I'd like to tell you about one of our wonderful sponsors, and that's ExpressVPN. And stay with me so you can find out how to get 3 months free. Now, ExpressVPN is an app you use when you're online, and it creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so hackers can't steal your data. You know how when you go on incognito mode and the fine print says your activity may be visible to your school or employer? Well, what's the point of incognito if they can see you? You need to do what I do and use ExpressVPN. Anytime you use unsecured or unencrypted public Wi-Fi, like a coffee house or airport, or even your parents' home, the activity can be logged by the admin's site. And in the US, they can even sell that to advertisers. ExpressVPN encrypts all your data so your private life stays private and you stay much more anonymous. So do what I do and use ExpressVPN. Stop letting strangers invade your online privacy. Protect yourself at expressvpn.com/palace. Use my link at expressvpn.com/palace to get 3 extra months free. That's ExpressVPN, expressvpn.com/palace to learn more.
Hey, it's Jordan Ross Myers, the man behind Twitter's notorious Lee Radswell and Don Gunvalson. I'm inviting you to join me every week for the Pretty Corrupt podcast. Along with my co-host, reality casting director Stacey Noel Connor, and disgraced entertainment TV producer Nate Safer, we probe the dark crevices of Hollywood, taking you inside the scandals of society's rich and infamous. Everything is fair game on the Pretty Corrupt podcast. Every Tuesday on all streaming platforms and at storicmedia.com.
Perhaps Kate will be the one to bring Harry back into the fold. An insider says Kate feels terrible that the royals and Harry are at this current impasse with so little contact between them. She blames Meghan for it almost entirely, and the longer it goes on, the more it upsets and frustrates her. Kate's let it be known to the palace aides, who still speak to the Sussexes, that she thinks it's an extremely poor show the way Harry's being treated. But Meghan is furious and thinks Kate has no right getting involved in her marriage. She would never dream of interfering between her and William. Author Valentine Lowe recently told the Scandal Mongers podcast, the person who was adamant that the phrase "recollections may vary" should stay in was Kate, because she made the argument that we've got to lay down a marker to say that we challenge some of this narrative, because otherwise it's going to be accepted as true, and we've got the future reputation of the royal family to think about. It shows a side of Kate that's not always appreciated, which is far steelier. She's thinking about the longer term. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Hey, we're on a mission to get some subscribers at YouTube. Please go to youtube.com and search for Palace Intrigue there. You don't have to listen to the show there, but please hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times. Hi, I'm Mark Francis, and host of a new podcast, The Messi Effect. Join us as we take you into the exciting new world of Argentine soccer phenomenon, Lionel Messi, and his new life at Inter Miami. We'll bring you into the glitz, the glamour, the star-studded events, along with the exciting journey to a new world of U.S. soccer and international football, with news and stories 3 times a week. Come along for the ride as Messi, Miami, and Major League Soccer experience the journey of a lifetime. Get the Messi Effect wherever you get your podcasts.